Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're looking at Luthor Harkon, apparently. So I posted a kind of a news video. It's a bit clickbaity, I know, but it's fun to collate this stuff, and it's quite easy content for me. I know, I'm very cynical. But hey, this page has come up on academy.totalwar.com/vampirecoast, and yeah, presumably it's going to populate eventually and show us all of the legendary lords. And in the previous video where I had a look at that new map, I did mention, I'm pretty sure this is Noctilus, who was sat in the, crow's nest, and yeah, lives in the Galleon's graveyard, right? Which you get to through a maelstrom or something. It seems strange, but whatever. So I think this is this guy, right? Same hat as the guy in the crow's nest, so cool. But anyway, Luthor Harkon, this is what this page is about. But we're going to skip through his stuff. I'm going to come back to it. There's this map here. There's a map on it. There's a map. Guys, there's a map. And if we zoom in on the map, Galleon's graveyard. See? Nailed it, guys. Nailed it. I'm a genius. So anyway, while we're here though, I do want to talk about Luthor Harkon, because I think it'll be fun. There's already a load of details here, so I may as well go through it to save you guys the hassle of having to read, I suppose. So, so Luthor Harkon. For centuries, Arch-Grand Commodore Luthor Harkon has ruled a stretch of Lustrian shore known as the Vampire Coast. While assaulting a hidden chamber, powerful glyphs rebounded Harkon's sorcery, shattering his mind into many warring personalities, and severing him from the winds of magic. Harkon's multiple identities now battle for dominance, but they have one common goal: to plunder the sacred places of the Lizardmen and use their power of the slime artifacts to break the curse and heal his damaged mind. That's actually hinted at in the trailer, where he's saying,
we will put ourselves back together.
It's actually his different personalities, if you hadn't already, become, savvy in that knowledge. So yeah, it's really cool. Really nice hints at that in the trailer, because it just sounds like he's trying to put his army back together or something, because they're dead, so there's that sort of double interesting meaning. But anyway, no, it's his brain. It's his brain. So, faction effects: Luthor Harkon's fierce hatred of Lizardmen significantly hampers diplomatic relations, as you could imagine, but gives him a notable edge when leading his armies against them. So we don't know what these benefits are going to be yet, possibly just like extra melee attack, or hell, it could even be missile damage against Lizardmen, who knows. So, it's going to be interesting to see that he will actually have a bit of an edge while dealing with sort of all the Lizardmen in Lustria. Because, of course, he's going to start in Lustria, as we've seen from this map. See, there he is. Yep. Vampire Coast capital, as you'd expect. So, anyway. Also, Lord effects. Harkon's mind is fractured, meaning any one of his myriad different personalities can seize control with unpredictable consequences. I'm assuming this is very similar to the Beastman mechanic, where you have to pick different choices, or Grombrindle as well. You just get random choices that appear every now and then, I imagine. Or it might just be an event and come up, you can't decide on anything, and it'll just say, guess what? Minus melee defense and plus melee attack. I don't know, there's similar systems in the game already, so it might just do that kind of thing. But the idea of his different personalities gaining control and affecting a faction, I think, is going to add a lot of unpredictability to the campaign, which I think will make it more interesting, have more highs and lows, and you might have to change your tactic depending on what happens. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how far they take this. So, Mount Death Shriek Terrorgeist. That's right, he's got his own Terrorgeist, which is pretty cool. We've seen Terrorgeist before, but not a Death Shriek one. So I don't know quite what the difference is, but I can't wait to find out. So we can take to the skies astride a fearsome Death Shriek Terrorgeist. Also has a unique item, Slan Gold. This filthy lucre, is how you pronounce that? Anyway, lucre? Anyway, reduces the cost of raising the dead, increases magic resistance, and reduces the winds of magic, starting amount for enemy armies. That's kind of cool. That's interesting. So he'll be able to raise armies very quickly, I imagine, with cheap raising dead costs, which is pretty cool. And extra magic resistance is nice, because if we go down here, you can see there's more stuff going on. So Luthor Harkon is no stranger to battle. His thousands of years of experience bolstering the leadership of his Depth Guard, which I assume is something like Grave Guard, I imagine, but not. And zombie deckhands, as well as increasing hero capacity for vampire fleet captains, which is kind of cool. So extra hero capacity, that's nice. Deckhands, I'm assuming they're some of the sort of general zombie gunners of some kind, I imagine, and yeah, something similar to Graveguard maybe. So we'll see. We'll see in time. So, severed from the winds. So this is where he's very interesting for a vampire leader, because Luthor Harkon's connection to the winds of magic was violently severed. increasing his magic resistance and reducing the winds of magic starting amount for enemy armies. So this guy's like an anti-mage, which is weird. Every other vampire we've had, they've had a load of magic. That's their thing. Several of them have more than one. Well, actually, I say several. I think one. Yeah, just Manny. He's got 2 different winds of magic. You know, all the vampire heroes have magic, so this guy's really unique in that regard. But because of his extra magic resistance and the fact that he can lower winds of magic, it means he's going to be a great counter to, you know, really magic-heavy factions like the High Elves, I imagine. I mean, Ilariel, not having a lot of magic to work with, I think is going to be really interesting. I can't wait to see how he plays out, because we haven't really had like a particularly good sort of anti-magic guy. Particularly, we've had the odd hero that have the odd little ability, but it'd be interesting to see how far this goes. Again, he's got a hand cannon. So it's a vampire with a gun, of course. So his bullets pack an explosive punch, increasing missile damage for both himself and his zombie gunnery, which is pretty cool. So nice ranged buffs for him, which is interesting. But then I guess he's not really relying on magic, he's relying on firepower, which is cool. Moment of lucidity. Flashes of clarity through the madness serve to increase Luthor Harkon's armor and melee defense. So flashes of clarity. Is this just going to be like a stand your ground kind of ability? They'll just give him an extra like big buff to this stuff? I imagine so. So again, we'll see. Also, Pirate King. Luthor Harkon's reign as Pirate King of the Vampire Coast is absolute, reducing unit upkeep for Harkon's army and increasing global recruitment capacity. So again, cheap, raised dead, and he gets reduced upkeep. So he could probably field some pretty good stuff very early, which is very interesting. So I really want to see what he gets access to in the raised dead. But also, how is he raising the dead? Is it with the Slan Gold, maybe? I don't know. Is that what he has to use to do it? Because he's got no winds of magic, so how is he raising the dead? Kind of weird, right? Kind of interesting to see how that works. It seems kind of backwards. But anyway, so here's that map that we've already looked at. So he does start in Lustria. Obviously, there's no Mortal Empires map, so we're not sure yet. But that place still is in Mortal Empire, so I imagine he's not going to move, quite honestly. But yeah, very, very happy to see a new little island there, and right in the middle as well. So, you know, pirates are going to own the sea here, which would be cool. So, yeah, very fun. And here's the Dread Abyssal, which I assume is his ship, which is pretty cool. Pretty damn cool. So, yeah. So, basically, this was just to be like, oh, hey, guys, look, I was right. Haha. But also, you know, Luthor Harkon's here. I'm not going to go into wild speculation about all this stuff. I know this is strongly rumoured to be a particular person, and as is Noctilus, but I only mentioned Noctilus because, well, you know, we've seen his island now, haven't we? Yeah, obviously can't scroll down because I'm not Harkon. Anyway, we looked at that. But as these unfold, I may go into more detail about them, just to, yeah, just keep you guys appraised of the situation, which is a lot of fun. So that's about it, guys. This has actually been longer than the last one, which is amazing. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do comment, like, and subscribe, and continue to be mega hyped, because I know I am. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good one.